At some point, we will end this interview with me asking you the same question I ask you all the time, like what's the team that everybody's blowing your phone up about when they're looking for information from you or you're doing your due diligence with them. Last week, your answer was the Browns, that people are saying, what are the Browns doing? What are they thinking at the quarterback spot? Well, we have a better idea now because Dillon Gabriel is going to get the start for the Browns on our network on Sunday in the first of 3 games in London for our network, Vikings and Browns. What's your reporting on why this happened and what the pecking order is and why in Cleveland, Tom?
Well, this is precisely why there was discussion in the league over the past couple of weeks about what the Browns' plan was, because you can only roll out Joe Flacco so many times and just see the offense performing at such a low level. The plan was always to have Dillon Gabriel play at some point this season. In a perfect world, he's not playing for the first time in an international game against a Brian Flores defense in London. That is not the way that you draw it up. It just was time. It just wasn't good enough. Flacco wasn't good enough. The offense wasn't good enough. Tommy Rees, the OC, said it the other day that they're looking for a spark here. So what do you get in Dillon Gabriel? You get a guy who, when the Browns were looking at him through the pre-draft process, they felt he was a lot like the guy who preceded him at Oregon, who Dillon Gabriel broke all of his records in terms of total touchdowns and total starts, which was Bo Nix. They got him at a discount relative to Nix, who went 12th overall in the 2024 draft, because Dillon Gabriel's 5'11", and not everybody wants a left-handed quarterback. The ball spins the wrong way. But they saw some of those similar types of traits in terms of the ability to see it and rip it. Dillon Gabriel, some people would knock him for an average arm, but they think that he can push the football down the field as well. But that processing ability, that willingness and ability to play on time, that's what Kevin Stefanski wants in his quarterbacks. That's what Joe Flacco is supposed to be, is a quick processor. He's always had, even though Joe's kind of this, I don't think a lot of people would describe him as an athletic quarterback. He's always had this arm twitch and this ability to see it and really get the football out quick. They think Dillon Gabriel can do some of those same types of things, with regard to, and I'm sure you're going to get to Shedeur Sanders. This is the logical way to approach this, Rich, just like it was the logical way to not say, hey, we're going to split the reps this week, have Flacco go out, and if he struggles, we're going to throw Dillon Gabriel in there in the second quarter. Yes, Dillon Gabriel took over in the fourth quarter in the proverbial garbage time the last couple of weeks, but they weren't looking at this as, let's just roll Dillon Gabriel out there and try to spark the team during the game. They wanted to give him a full week of practice, just like if and when it becomes Shedeur Sanders time. And I do believe at some point this season, they're going to want to see Shedeur Sanders. You'd like him to have a full week of practice too, not be elevated to the number 2 job, have no reps through the course of the week. All of a sudden, Dillon Gabriel gets nicked up on the first series and Shedeur's out there just having to kind of make it up for 60 or 70 snaps. You have to think of this globally too, Rich, with the Browns. They have 2 first-round picks next year in terms of their ability and the capital that they have, if they want to go and get a quarterback. Their pick, depending how much of a spark they get from Dillon Gabriel, it might be pretty high. Plus, they have the Jaguars pick as well. You want to find out, did we just get a guy at a steal in the middle of the 3rd round with Dillon Gabriel? Potentially, did we get a steal in the 5th round with Shedeur Sanders? They need to be able to answer at least some of those questions at a time that they feel like they've got a foundation to win in the future. Is this 2025 Browns team going to make a run, Rich, to the playoffs, to the Super Bowl this year? Never say never, but I wouldn't bet on it right now. They're really good on defense. They got a lot of things to figure out offensively. They don't have a true number 1 wide receiver on the team. They've had some moving parts on the offensive line, but they think this draft class, this rookie class they've got, between the 2 running backs, between Mason Graham, Harold Fannin Jr., Carson Schlesinger is a dude on that defense, even Isaiah Bond, who was an undrafted rookie wide receiver. All those guys, this can be the class. What they've got to show is, hey, we're making progress. We're headed the right direction. Let's experiment, try to win games, but find out with what we have in these quarterbacks, because if we don't feel like we have one, it's a good chance the Browns will be drafting one in 2026.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.